Hi, my name is Nagraj. I am a SAP consultant working for a large multinational company. Today we will see about an intercompany sales which happens between the two legal entities within a company. Imagine a situation where there's a group of companies. Okay, I would take example of a company Bosch. Okay, Bosch Group, and it has a legal entities called company code 1141 and another company code 1120. Okay, and which has a follow-on sales organization as SG10, then distribution channel as 1E, and same way the follow-on 1120 has sales organization, and then the division as B6. Okay, and this too has a similar thing, but only the difference is the sales organization is SG20. Okay, and respectively the plant, one manufacturing plant has 1 SG1 and this has a plant of 1 SP1. Okay, so this is a plant, and then there is a customer say customer A, who orders goods to company 1141 plant 1 SG1. Okay, now due to a practical scenarios or whatsoever the practical reason is that the plant 1 SG1 is unable to supply goods. Okay, there could be several reasons. First reason could be no stock, or financially viable to deliver by other legal entity of the company. Okay, or physically plant of 1120 is located near to customer. There can be several reasons, why we decide, or a company 1141 decides to arrange the goods from 1SG1. I think the similar situation I have raised it here. Okay, now to continue with this process, what we will do is the first and foremost thing is there are prerequisite which has to be followed in order to have this intercompany setup done running in the system. The first and foremost thing is the master data. The company codes should be created as a customers. So here in my example, company code 1141, I have created it as with the customer code as CC114. CC stands for company customer 1141, and which I have extended it to my other company sales area SG20, 1E and B6. Similarly, 1120 is created as company customer 1120, and then I have extended this customer to SG10 1E B6, which belongs to 1141 company code. Okay. Now for the configuration part, what we have to first and foremost step is that we have to define order types for billing, intercompany billing. So here we will use the standard document type order, and then the follow-on billing type is IV. Okay. Now the step number 3 is that the organization units by plant which have to assign it. So here for SG10 1E, so I have unassigned a delivering plant as 1SP1, which in turn belongs to a 1120 company code, whereas SG20 1E distribution channel 1SP1 1SG1 is a plant which I have assigned it, which belongs to a other company code as 1141. Okay. And we have to also define internal customer number by sales organization. So here SG10 belongs to 1141. So I have assigned CC1141 as a customer code for this, and SG20, which belongs to 1120 company code, and which has the customer code as CC1120. Okay. Now coming to the setup or the process in the system, what I will do is I'll go to VA01, then I'll use the order type as OR, SG10, 1E, basics. Then I'll go and then see, I'll enter a customer. Then I'll enter the date. Let me check this. Then I take this example as 100 quantities. I'm ordering from the first and foremost thing is one SG1 I take, which belongs to the same company code. Okay. Now, as I told you, this plant doesn't have a stock, which means 100 quantities cannot be delivered by this company code. Okay. Now what we will do is we'll check in the other plant, whereas one SP1 is a plant which belongs to my other company code. So let me check this if it has a stock. Yes, it has a stock. Then what I'll do is I'll select it. Let me check the availability. Yes, it is there. It's confirmed. So I take this plant, then I continue. Yes. Okay. Here manually also we can change it. SP1, I change. Okay. Now let us check the schedule line for this one. Schedule line. Yes, it is confirmed to be delivered on the same day. Okay. Will be delivered. Now what happens is we save this order. Now this in turn will generate a requirement in one SP1 plant. Okay. Practically within internally, most of the company won't like this situation because we are creating a sales orders directly or we are creating a requirement for some other plant which they might not be ready for dispatching these goods, or they might not be they might not have planned the supplies for this one. So let us check the situation in the one SP1. So I'll go to MD04, which as a result of my intercompany order which I've generated for this plant, which is coming and sitting in this plant as a requirement now. So now the obligation for this plant is to fulfill. Okay. So before we even agree to this process, both these company codes or both these plants first should talk to each other in offline and then come to an agreement that, okay, there so and so we are going to supply it and deliver it. Okay. So here is my requirement which is generated, and the same situation I can also show you in CO09. Same one. Yes. Yes, this is what it is being generated now. Okay. Now the plant 1 SP1 is responsible for arranging the goods or supplying the goods to the customer. So which has an obligation now. Let us fulfill that. So I'll create a outbound delivery VL01N. Okay. So let us take the cell storage location, and then I create it as 100 as a picking quantity. Okay, since I have activated a batch for this, so I have to select a manual batch because I haven't enabled the auto batch determination for this. So let us see if, or I can also see, go to extras and do the stock availability check for my batch. Yes, which has it. Now what I'll do is, since I have fully picked up, let me check for the incompletion. There are any? There's no messages. So we're good to do a post goods issue. Okay. Now I have my outbound delivery created. So let us check. So my goods movement has been done. So my goods movement status is C, which is completed. Now it is open for invoicing. The first and foremost thing what I do is VF01. Let me copy the delivery. Okay, I create a intercompany invoice. So this intercompany invoice will be generated by company code 1120. So if you same thing you see, the pair is okay. The company code is 1120. I save this. Now let me raise the normal invoice. So which will be raised to the customer. And who's raising it? 1140 is raising this is to the customer because who is actually the sales entity. Now let us also see the price. Here, what I've sold it to customer at 500 per each piece. So my order quantity was 100. So I had a conversion of one box is equal to one box is equal to 10 each. So hence this calculation. Okay. Now I'll also see my intercompany invoice. So let me check the intercompany invoice. What I have. Okay, so this is my intercompany. Here it is, the price is lesser than what I've sold it to customer because my pricing arrangement were different. So my intercompany price I've maintained as 200. So hence the value, this much is coming up here. So we go back to the sale order and then see the status, overall status of this order. Let me expand. Okay, so we ordered item for customer ordered an item, and then it was, since the plant A could not deliver it, then what we made is that we changed the different delivering plant which belongs to a different legal entity, and the different legal entity plant arranged the goods and shipped, and then in turn they sent an intercompany invoice to the other plant, and then we raised a customer invoice. So this is how an intercompany process completes. Any questions? Feel free to comment. Thank you.